Well, this is the first time I'm ever doing an interview on this channel, so I hope this is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Come on. Okay, so my first interview is absolute legend in the wrestling business, specifically in Puerto Rico, Carlito Colon. Well, you might not know, Carlito is a big tokusatsu fan, and he actually really enjoys Kamen Gotchard, specifically my reviews. Thank you very much for being here. So, with the big pipe bomb that Mr. Garyon did drop in last week's episode, who do you think really killed that Daiki kid?
Santos Escobar.
Why the fuck are you saying Santos Escobar? You understand that he's not a part of the cast. Why the fuck are you saying Santos Escobar over and over and over? Can you please stop? Son, stop, son. Okay, guys, I am very sorry about this weird interview. I think that Mr. Carlito is boot looping, so let's take him to the back and let's just go on with the review. Fire up the intro. Well, I was kind of right about Garyon's big pipe bomb from last week's episode about this Daiki kid, because of course, why the fuck Minato would have killed him? It's clearly Garyon. But before that kid died, he was pretty much Hotoro, just without the over obsessions about Kemi's. But on the same dark day that Spanner's parents died, he also died, which if you really think about it was kind of on Fuga, because he just sent a bunch of freshmen and Minato to somehow retain Garyon, which he is a professor, so it's like, which doesn't make any sense like alchemy level wise, because he can just bodies them, which he does. Where are the other teachers of the school? But without all of like my small little complaints, I did really like this entire kind of flashback, because this was pretty much the main focus of the episode. I did love the moment when Minato discovered that Garyon was the traitor, because you can clearly see there is conflict in Minato's eyes with this new information that he's getting, because you can clearly see that maybe Minato looked up to Garyon and maybe there was this kind of like student to mentor type of role they play with each other. That was great. Like, I wish that maybe last week's episode was just full of flashbacks of Garyon's past, specifically being a teacher not only at the academy but also a teacher for Minato, maybe telling us that he became evil because of a certain son that he has that needed help. That could be interesting, and maybe because of that he created the Dark Three Sisters. Again, just saying, but he did kill that Daiki kid in the funniest way possible with a big Rubik's Cube. I'm sorry, it was fucking hilarious. Tell the truth, this is how I wanna go out. While actually like brainwashing the other students that were behind Minato to just fight each other until they died. How much, if you think about it slightly mathematically, there were like 8 students and all of them died. So how the fuck does it work out? Because like in one point there needs to be at least one student standing and all of them died. So it can be two things. Or the student just killed himself after everybody else died, or Minato needed to kill him, which is kind of more fucked if you really think about it. Specifically like with Garyon telling Minato that that was his fault. With the big kind of expression on Minato when he discovered that Garyon was evil, maybe allude to Minato really loving and really being attached to Minato. Those words resonated, and because of that, Minato actually believed that he was responsible for not only Daiki's death but everybody else's deaths, which it's very typical for a Hasegawa character to do. You can clearly see a lot of Hasegawa archetypes in Minato, and because of that I really like him as a character. And for the rest of the episode, it was great. Like, I did really enjoy it. The flashback scene was very much the thing that really carried it. but the rest of the episode was still fine. Fuga's back. Right now, for this episode, he's there to just do 3 things. To lore dump everything that I've said right now, which is kind of funny because Kyoka was there and Kyoka does know as much as Fuga. So it's like, why the fuck they didn't talk about that before? But fine. How much? Again, I still believe that Fuga is somehow slightly responsible for sending those kids to somehow try to apprehend fucking Garyon. Still, like a dumb decision. Get a really nice scene with Rene, which does show her actress actually slowly getting better and giving Hotoro and helping Otoro to get his upgrade, which I do love that the Gacha Igniter is a part of making that upgrade. It's nice. I really like when like other forms and other objects actually contributes to creating new ones. It's nice. And if we already talked about it, Toei found a new way to have a berserk form, but without really returning to the same well. So pretty much this new innovative well that no one touched before is a form kind of mid-20s to early 30s, where our rider gets a really powerful form, but it's way too powerful for his body, so he blacks out a lot. But in one point he would get a new attachment for that form that all of the side effects would disappear. I didn't say it was a completely new well, it's just Boost Mark II, but I did really like the finisher of Iron Gotchard, specifically using a different chemist's property for the finisher is really cool. Sad that Raptera died, it was actually really fun. I wish he would have stayed a little bit longer. And by the end of the episode, after getting a speech by everybody that was around, specifically saying to Minato that hey, you're not responsible, you're as much of a victim as everybody else, in that specific moment 10 years ago, he gets defeated and he straight up leaves. He doesn't come into the Kitchen Alliance. He doesn't return to Garyon. He pretty much served his purpose in Garyon's eyes, and the rest of the cast doesn't really know where he went. Here's the thing, I am kind of interested in seeing what the show is going to do with Minato as a character now, because if you really think about it, maybe they could have killed him off in this episode, maybe drag out the big reveal of Daiki, maybe kind of talk about it, hint about it, but kill him off like when the big reveal happens, specifically maybe using it alongside of Garyon's first actual step back. Just saying, maybe he would be somehow connected to Kamen Legend's imminent return. Maybe he's just going to take the Legend driver and just like, oh, I'm Kamen Legend now, I don't care. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty damn fun episode. I really believe that this episode 24 and episode 25 worked really well together. So as a complete score, because I am that type of guy, it gets a B. I liked seeing Minato's flashback as a student with the hints of him and Garyon being in this master-students relationship. I wish we would have seen more. I wish that episode 24 was way more flashbacks of Minato and Garyon being student and teacher. But yeah, it just could have worked better. Maybe it would have gotten an A, maybe even gotten an S if it would have been better. So yeah, what you thought about Gotchard episode 25, comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, like the video, and if you already didn't, subscribe to my channel. Almost at 500. In 500 subscribers, there's going to be something very special. I'm guaranteeing that to you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!